Hey everybody, Bruce with We Are Change here. I got a honor to be with Ari, who's the one with the vision behind Eco-Wakening, which is an amazing performance art piece done at the Dairy Art Center in Boulder, and it was mind blowing. I'm not gonna lie, I was moved. Like goosebumps went, shock happened, almost cried at one point. There was a lot of emotions that came through today. So could you tell us a little about your vision? There was like 20 something people involved with this. It was amazing. So tell us a little about what inspired it all.
Yeah, let me backtrack a little. So almost a year ago or so, my friend was like, hey, my family is giving out some grants to do a show at the Dairy Center. You should apply for a grant because she knows like the work of Fractal Tribe and the work that I've done in the past. And I kind of didn't really think much of it, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, but there was a lot of other stuff going on at the time. And then that same opportunity came to Fractal Tribe. Like, so it came through a couple different routes, and finally I just kind of surrendered to it and said, okay, I'll take this on and I'll create something for this. And I started to kind of just think about what I was caring so much about in my life at that point, and if I had to build a show off of anything, I'd want it to be what I'm really passionate about. And in the time, and still, it's been environmental awareness. I grew up in a really small town in South Dakota where these kind of things aren't talked about a lot. So ever since I moved out to Colorado, it's just become really apparent to me how I've sort of been living my whole life in an unsustainable, not very environmentally friendly manner. So I thought, let's build a circus show and fuse my passion for protecting the planet and circus arts together to make a project.
Well, it's beautiful, and you kind of mentioned Fractal Tribe, which I didn't even do a full introduction. I think I just might have jumped the gun. That's what you get when you do spontaneous improv interviews. But yeah, so Fractal Tribe, and she's part of Lunar Fire as well. You can maybe explain a little bit about what those two acts are, because I've seen Fractal Tribe perform with Elephant Revival and Spangle and amazing artists, and you've rocked it at Red Rocks, I think, multiple times, which is pretty awesome. So tell us a little about the background of Fractal Tribe and Lunar Fire.
Yeah, the background, I've been with Lunar Fire for 6 years now. That goes way back. That goes back like, I don't know, 15, 20 years or so. They started as a band called Canal. And a couple of the main musicians of Canal started to trickle away from that kind of like touring and that kind of high level. They were a really famous band, so they were managed, and they wanted to do things in a more like family way where they could have families if they wanted and like be home more and that kind of thing. So they started the project The Lunar Fire, and it's all about ceremony and theater and all kinds of just ancient downloads, I would say. And there's a lot of like Mayan prayers that are integrated into the performance, and yeah, so it goes. Yeah.
And then Fractal Tribe is more of like the acrobatics, that's part of what was super mind blowing. At one point they had this like windmill piece created out of, this is the Eco-Wakening today, had this steel, how do I want to describe it? Maybe you could describe it. It was epic. There was humans spinning in the air, flying, multiple humans doing crazy acrobatics. It was really, really impressive. And it was all kind of giving this underlying, there was not really much talking throughout it. So I kind of felt like, let's do an interview and talk a little about it, because it wasn't like a direct, hey, this is what we want you to think. It allowed the audience to think for themselves. And this was a really beautiful part of it. But it was from what I got from it, it was like, reduce, reuse, quit wasting so much trash. There was a part where she's on a treadmill and people would bring her cups and she would just throw the cup. It's just unconscious about her usage of all these different plastics and different stuff. And so, I took a lot from it, and it made me think about like, wow, how many times have I just taken the bag without bringing my bag when I have a bag in the car? You know what I'm saying? And like, there's like little pieces of like little consciousness dripped into the theater performance, and it was very, very moving. So I thank you for it. Just tell us a little bit more about it. And I know everybody's got the ADD. You probably already clicked away if you're not, if you're on your phone, I get it. But this YouTube channel's got tons of different videos, and I just appreciate everybody who's still hanging in, everybody who's subscribed and checking out Ari's work, Eco-Wakening. I'm sure you can check it out online as well. But yeah, tell us a little bit more just about some of the principles or the messages that were coming through today.
Yeah, so when I was writing the show, I basically did a lot of research and kind of just backtracked through the history of mankind and was wondering what has even brought us to this point. Like, when did this whole climate change thing start? And of course it's been changing ever since the planet was a thing, but human activities, I found out, really started to change the climate back in like the Industrial Revolution and the invention of the automobile and clear-cutting forests for agriculture and all these things. So I basically did a bunch of research and then tried to imagine how to interpret those events, those major world events in dance and movement. And the Industrial Revolution was really potent to me, so I built an act off of that. And then
one of the mermaid in the ocean that was stuck in a net.
Yeah, the consumption and the waste and all that, it's been really present in my existence, and I'm just really feeling the ocean. So wanted to create a really oceanic vibe and kind of just like hit people with the fact that it kind of just gets fucked by plastic and trash. And so I brought in trash and dumped it into this oceanic vibe, and just continued from there. There was a really potent dance piece choreographed by Margaret Hilton and Marissa Pulaski, and they did a dance piece after the Industrial Revolution with gas masks on, kind of inspired by where things are at in China and other places. So yeah,
it was strong, you guys. You guys are gonna have to check it out. I hope the best for you guys. I hope that you'll get booked on a tour for it. I mean, maybe you could just have a little, veggie oil powered bus that's taking the Eco-Wakening crew from sea to shining sea, or something, I say. Absolutely. But I think there's a lot more that we could go on and about, but I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate you, because I think a lot of what I do is the I vibration, but it's for the we vibration, because the we's not strong if I'm not going to acknowledge the I vibration. But I'm not doing this for me, and she's not doing this for her. It's the we vibration that we do this for, and that's what We Are Change is all about. So we got to be the change. I'm seeing you in your light being the change today, and when you're probably going to be on stage at upcoming shows coming up. This performance had musicians from Elephant Revival and Intuit Band and amazing artists. Yeah, I mean, just badasses, y'all. So check it out when you can. I hope the best, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bless.